Good morning, everybody. Today's Monday, the 28th of May, 2019. This is my egg harvest from this morning. Just a couple interesting, perhaps, observations there. First, for those that maybe don't know, the browns there are chicken eggs, and those three white ones are duck eggs. As you can see, the size difference, besides just color difference, but duck eggs are way bigger than chicken eggs, much bigger. And I don't eat duck eggs, but what I'm doing is collecting them, and then every month I take a month's worth of collected eggs and throw them into the incubator. Got the first set in the incubator now, and I probably got a good 6 set aside, including these 3, for next month. And then sometimes if you raise chickens, you'll see something like that. Oh, I killed it! Oh well. So look at the size difference here. Regular chicken egg, regular duck egg, irregular chicken egg. You irregulars like this? If it's not a hen's like first couple of eggs, well, it's interesting. If you open this thing, it's pure yolk, no white. So if you think about her biology as an assembly line, for some reason this egg went through her, and at the station in the assembly line where it was supposed to build up the egg white around the soft shell before it hardens, for whatever reason, no egg white. So the shell then goes to the next step that says go ahead and harden, and unfortunately in this case it hardened around just a yolk. Whoop! This is good dog food though. Deuce loves these things, they're like candy. Yum-o. That's a fine country living breakfast if I ever saw one. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why. I think for like the last 10 days when I'm out on these ruck walks, Neil Diamond's Cracklin' Rose is in my head. Kind of weird. You know you live in the country when not only is there no sidewalks, but there's not even a margin on the road more than about 4 to 6 inches. That's country living. I call this stretch of road Africa, because it's like the only stretch on this 5-mile walk where there's no trees on either side, so there's no shade. So in the hot, humid months, you know, like now, it's just Africa hot out here. Good evening, everybody. Today's Monday, the 20th of May, 2019. And I thought I would share with you guys a new toy, I guess we'll call it. It's not a toy. So I'm in the loft, and this is where I've got free weights and whatnot set up in the garage. There's a weightlifting station down there. And I use the upstairs up here for elliptical, a rower, and now I've added this Teeter EP-960 Limited, which just arrived today. So I thought I would share with you my first experience, one of my first experiences, with a inversion table. I've done it a couple times today. It's kind of funny. Let's see if I can narrate as I do it. First time I got in this thing, pretty comfortable, but I inverted for too long, as I learned, and it made me a little queasy, which I'll explain here in a second. There we go. Oh Lord, that feels good. Totally stretches out the back. From what I learned after the fact, I tried to invert for about 15 minutes the first time. And like I said, got a little nauseous. So I got off and went and did some homework. And the experts say when you first start doing inversion table work, you should limit yourself to about 2 minutes until your brain, and in particular your inner ear, learns to be inverted. One thing I will say, what it reminds me of, I used to, years ago, I used to do a lot of acrobatic flying, and no surprise, it reminds me of flying upside down. You take like a Citabria or an acrobatic airplane, and either do a loop or an Illman or some other maneuver, or just kind of
roll it upside down and fly inverted. This is what it feels like, kind of hanging from your seatbelt. In this case, I'm not hanging from my seatbelt. I'm hanging from my ankles. And I've got it set to about 60 degrees right now, which is pretty aggressive for a first timer. I did 30 degrees to start with, and I was like, yeah, not a big deal. Okay, so that's about 2 minutes. So I'm just, watch this, pretty cool. If you've never used one of these things, it's like a weight and balancing Scott right there. You just kind of move your arms and then adjust them to get the tilt back. Whoa. And that's it. Pretty interesting. Some people swear by this thing. A guy that I respect, one of many, but guy I respect said basically follow a simple routine. It's all about how many times you invert in a given day, not how long you do it. So his idea that I kind of adopted is you wake and invert, and then you work out and invert, and then you invert and go to bed. So at least 3 times a day, morning, evening, before and after bed. Then if you work out or do like strenuous work outside, it might make some sense to invert for a while. And it decompresses your spine and gets the juices flowing. There's a lot of interesting things that happen to your physiology when you invert, and your heart has to pump blood uphill and whatnot. So I've only had this for a couple of hours. I'm pretty impressed so far. I've actually got the model where it's got a built-in, I'll show it to you real quick. It's got a built-in, what do they call it? Basically like a back massage. So it's got an electronic component. This guy has heat, so it can add heat, and it's I think they call it a vibration pad. So it's kind of like a back massage. It's got about 5 different levels of. It's not a shiatsu or a deep tissue, but they vibrate, and then there's heat pucks in here, so you can do heat and vibration as you invert. It's like, what's the point if you can only invert for 2 minutes? That's not what I would call a 2-minute back massage. Does it even qualify as a back massage? I don't think so. Anyway, I'm happy to add this. I mean, I'm getting to the age now where I think anything I can do to kind of remedy some of the aches and pains of doing all the yard work outside, which I don't know, I haven't filmed from this location very much, but you can kind of get a sense for the great outdoors. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll probably do a more detailed review of this thing later, after I've got some more experience with it, but so far so good.